Well, hello. I'm so glad that Spirit has led you here. There is something in this reading that truly is meant for you. Hi, I'm Cheryl. Now, the very first thing that was coming through in the energy here was this feeling of being determined. And let me tell you, this was a strong energy, but I felt like not just the energy was strong, but that you are strong. There's something that's coming up here that puts you into this firm mindset, and that you get it's almost like screw it, screw this, screw them, screw that. I am doing this. And something like I put triggers this because I do feel like there's a trigger event coming up here that is going to trigger off this, I don't know what to call it, energy, attitude, but like how I said it is like it puts you into boss mode. So, what I need to say about this triggers this energy is that this event may not necessarily be a pleasant event, but it's one that sets you into motion and it sets you into action. It gets you fired up. Now, but I don't mean necessarily angry, fired up, but it fires you up in a way that you take the reins and go, that's enough. This is what I'm doing. This is where we're heading. And so this feels like there's people involved. There's something goes down in this trigger event. You get into this mode of being determined, and then I've got this. I was trying to draw a fairy wand. I know I'm not a good artist, but that's fine. And it was blinging, like I felt like it was doing this and blinging. It's fairy magic. I'm like, what the heck? Because something goes on here, and I feel like this boss mode isn't just within a situation with a particular person. I feel like it's putting you into boss mode in your life with yourself because it almost has that feeling of starting something new, whether it's a project, a creative endeavor, your own business. Like there's something that's you and yours in this. Go figure. And with this, it felt like that wand tap was almost like this magical kind of energy coming in that once you step into your power and you're owning it, it's like there's things coming up here that you guys are manifesting. And I have to say, some of that does have this feeling that it's money related. But I feel like also this magic, if you want to call it magic, is also manifesting situations, events, where things you're like, this could never line up, but like the weirdest things line up in just the right way for you to excel. And I do want to say excel because I feel like this isn't just like a one big leap forward that you're doing. I feel like you're almost like a soldier charging through in a straight line, and where there might be a gap in the road, this magic here is bridging these gaps for you so that you can get to an area that maybe you thought or perceived was not accessible from your vantage point today, right now, where you're seeing things. Okay, so I just want to get out. This is my second deck, the Divine Guidance deck. Yes, I'm the author. And if you're new, a special hello. And oh my goodness, look at that. First card out is resolutions. Oh my goodness, intimacy. Okay, that one right there. Intuitive arts guide. All right. And let's do one more here. That one. Archangel Michael. That's beautiful. See, I feel like there is a whole new understanding that's coming through. And I feel like they're talking about this trigger event. And I said, when I circled it, I said, I feel like there's people involved. And so I know that that's why both the intimacy card and the Archangel Michael card have come out here. So, what this one looks like the little guy from Home Alone, and it's, Kevin does like that. And it's like these two hands, and the crown chakra is opened up wide. And this is talking about a new flow of energy coming in. And it's intuitive, it's higher like wisdom, higher counsel. So there is a big opening in that way. And I feel like it's with this event that sets you on that path. You're like, epiphanies is that I should have written that down. The word epiphanies is the one that is coming with this, because I feel like it's huge insights, but also not just in the situation of the trigger event, but for you, that you truly are clear about where you want to go, what you want to do. And this resolutions card is actually backing that up, because this one is talking about these having, it's almost like a puzzle is spread out on the table and you've got these puzzle pieces and you're like, how do they fit together? And this is talking about this coming together of the pieces and being able to see the whole picture. And it's also resolutions, as in what I was saying, there's a bridging of the gaps in your pathway here. It's resolution, it's working these things out. And when it comes to the issue, whether that's one individual or people, it's going to be different for everyone. But I feel like this challenge comes up in a relationship because it's the intimacy card, in a relationship that it's someone that you're close to. This isn't like, maybe a superficial friend or someone you only speak to on social media once in a while. This is someone that you have a deep connection with, that, or people that you have a deep connection with, that triggers off this event. But then we have Archangel Michael here, and I feel like he's telling multiple stories by showing up. Because one, it's almost like it gives you the clarity and the understanding to be able to work through the issue in the relationship with that person, because it's bringing that resolution. But it also, Michael is the one that we call to for strength and protection. And when we need to cut ties in relationships. So, with this new energy that's coming in, it's almost like that new moon energy. In order for the new to move in, something old has to be released. And it's a releasing, a cutting of ties, whether that's cutting the ties with a particular relationship or cutting ties in your idea and understanding of where you need to move forward to in your life. It's going to be different for everybody. But the one thing that Michael is definitely about is the throat chakra. He's blue. He is communication. And he does offer that inner directive and strength. And I feel like, in one way, it's saying that it's going to benefit you or aid you in being able to work out, communicate on a really deeper level to bring resolution in the trigger event with whoever that is. But it also puts you on a path of communication is expression. And that moving into doing something for yourself that really matters, that means something to you. It's your expression of yourself out here in the world. And I feel like that is the strength and energy that Michael is bringing in here. So I just want to grab out, whoops, we'll go this way. These are the tarot card. That one right there is popping out at us. And we have the 7 of Swords. Okay. And let's just move this over a little. And this one right here, we have 0, the Keeper. Uh-huh. which is the Fool card, which is, oh, this one definitely. We have the King of Swords. So there's a strength coming in here. Is there ever? You want to talk about the ultimate determined, strong willed? That's that King of Swords. And we have the Delphic bee, which is like the shaman or the Hierophant. But whatever the situation is, it truly does bring through this greater understanding because this is a wisdom card. So it does have that higher wisdom, higher perspective, higher understanding that comes with it. And like I said, in that it does bring you, like, the King of Swords is determined. But the beautiful thing with the King of Swords is he doesn't get sucked into the emotional play that happens in here. It's almost like the strength comes in so that you can disconnect from it on an emotional level in a healthy way so that you can deal with it in this very beautiful, logical way, but you're still very heart centered. You're just not sucked into the emotions. And that gives you the strength and clarity to be able to really move through this and start down this path or journey. But it is definitely setting you on a new course, a new path, because we have the Fool card, which is about the beginning of something new. And, you know, with this, you're willing to take chances that you weren't willing to take before. And it gives you this crazy kind of confidence to go, yep, I'm taking this big leap. And so, you take a jump, even if you can't see where the bottom is, you take the jump anyway. And it's like everything in this reading is encouraging you to move forward with new plans. And I find it suiting that we are just about coming up to the new year. This is a timeless reading, but the timing of this is saying new, 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 new. But the biggest thing with the Fool card is it says that you have everything you need already. And that's why in the original tarot deck, the Fool has a little bundle tied to a sack, tied to a stick, and he's walking, and it says, you don't need a lot. You have everything you need, though, to start this new part of your journey. And there's a lot of potential that's sitting out here in the ethers, and that's the energy of that magicalness that comes through. So I want to grab, this is the Sacred Geometry deck, and I just love, oh my goodness, two came together. Abundance, yes, because that's the manifesting that I was saying with the money card. And we have tenderness. Okay. So I feel like that tenderness card is saying it's going to be really important for you in this time that you're not being hard on yourself. Like, oh my God, I'm going through this same kind of situation again. The past is repeating again. I'm stuck. I'm never going through it. No, 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 no. None of that. There is such a beautiful, loving energy coming in here, and to really be gentle with yourself, but to allow, that strength and determination to really come forward and to walk the path as it comes and be gentle with yourself in this process. Because whatever this is, this new thing that you are going to be doing, this is bringing in financially what you need, emotionally what you need. It's putting you back into an alignment with your higher self and what you really want to have manifest out here in your life. So, for good measure, I feel like we need to just grab 2 or 3 charms and just see what they say. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, so we have 2 hearts coming together, and I feel like that's so suiting, just like our intimacy card, that if there are connections that fall away from in the trigger event, it's okay because there's a new connection coming in. And I don't mean just intimate connection, I'm talking about connecting with other people. But I feel like this is also talking about a fulfillment of your heart, that this that you do, that you move towards, is truly richly rewarding. And I have to say, with this little guy, the bones is the past. It's what's dead, if you want to put it that way, and that you'll be putting some things to rest. And so that's a big part of what's resolving, and it's putting it to rest, and you are moving away from these old things. And I love this because this is a little ram, and that ram represents Aries. And I want to say Aries is the first sign of in astrology. It is the entrepreneur. Aries starts things new. And I think because it is a group reading, that it's you, each of you are starting something completely different. So spirit can't say directly what it is that you're starting, but this is the drive, the determination that comes in that Aries energy. So this is an absolutely amazing time that you are coming up to. Just hold on through the trigger event. I feel like that's Spirit's biggest message to you, because once you're through that, you are going to fly. Wow. I truly hope you liked your reading. And if you did, please do me a favor and sprinkle some love on the like button. Really helps with the algorithm. And as always, you know I love you, and I cannot wait to see you again soon. Mwah. Take care.